The film begins with a man who has turned into a zombie. Despite being a zombie, he retains some ability to think and feel like a normal human. This zombie's name is R, and he can only remember the first letter of his name. He has no memory of his family, job, or past life. However, he does recall small moments from when he was still human, especially the people he met at the airport. At the airport, everyone has become a zombie, and some have evolved into more dangerous and evil creatures called bonies. Bonies are zombies who have completely lost their hearts, hope, and emotions, turning into skeletal monsters. R doesn't want to become one of them because he still has some feelings and hopes to live like a normal human again. Since turning into a zombie, R has been living in an airplane and spends most of his time listening to music. At the airport, R has a zombie friend named M, and the two occasionally communicate in short, broken sentences. One day, R and a group of zombies go hunting in the city where they target humans. Despite his awareness, R still craves human flesh. The world is now divided, with a separation wall built between the humans and zombies. Humans live safely behind this wall. A group of young people, including Julie, Nora, Perry, and a few others, sets out to collect medicine from a hospital. Julie and Perry are a couple, but their relationship isn't in the best shape. Before the mission, Colonel Grigio, Julia's father, gives them guidance. He warns them that while zombies look human, they can't think, bleed, or feel. He also cautions them about skull-shaped zombies, which are fast and deadly. The group heads out to the city. While collecting medicine at the hospital, zombies smell their presence and break into the building. Julie instructs the group to leave immediately after hearing strange noises, but Perry insists on completing the mission. Soon, the zombies break through the doors and attack the group. During the chaos, R sees Julie for the first time and instantly falls in love with her. She looks fearless as she fights off the attacking zombies. R tries to approach her, but Perry intervenes and shoots at him. In response, R kills Perry and eats his brain. R is different from other zombies because eating a brain allows him to experience the memories and emotions of the person he consumes. Through Perry's memories, R sees the romantic relationship between Perry and Julie. He keeps a piece of Perry's brain in his pocket and then approaches Julie, who is terrified and believes her life is over. Knowing that the other zombies will target Julie, R smears Perry's blood on her face to disguise her scent and takes her back to his home, an airplane. Julie reluctantly follows R for her safety. Meanwhile, Nora, a member of Julie's group, witnesses this but is too scared to intervene. The other zombies fail to realize that Julie is human because R has disguised her scent well. At the airplane, R hides Julie inside and gives her some space to calm down. When he sees her scared and crying, he tries to get closer to her and eats another piece of Perry's brain. This time, he sees Perry's memory of having dinner with Julie and arguing with her father about working on the separation wall. Despite the warning, Perry had gone to work at the site where his father had turned into a zombie. During an attack, Julie was forced to shoot Perry's father. Through these memories, R understands why Julie is so scared of him. R tries to comfort Julie by giving her a blanket and playing music to help her relax. When R looks at Julie, his long dead heart starts beating again. The next morning, Julie wakes up and tells R she's hungry. R asks her to stay in the plane while he goes out to find food. As soon as R leaves, Julie sees an opportunity to escape and decides to run away. Julie tries to leave the plane but panics when she sees a group of zombies outside. While searching for a place to hide, R suddenly appears and saves her again. They return to the plane, where R gives Julie some food and a drink. Julie is surprised by R's kindness and asks for his name. However, R can only remember and say R. So Julie starts calling him that. She pleads with him to let her go, but R, who has grown fond of her, comes up with the various reasons to keep her there. He explains that it's unsafe outside and insists she stay for a few days until the other zombies forget about her. Julie is amazed by R because he's not like the other zombies. He can communicate and seems to have feelings. Over the next few days, they spend time together. One night, while Julie is asleep, R eats the last piece of Perry's brain he had kept. However, because the brain has started to decay, R sees one of Perry's darker memories, where Perry tries to protect Julie but is ultimately killed by R. Seeing this memory fills R with regret, and he spits out the remaining brain. He feels deep sorrow for killing Perry, knowing how much Julie loved him. When R turns back, he discovers that Julie has escaped. Outside, his zombie friends stop her. M, one of R's friends, tries to attack Julie, but R intervenes and saves her. Julie tells him she spent too much time there and needs to return home. M, witnessing R's bond with Julie, angrily suggests that R should eat her instead of protecting her. Meanwhile, the Bonies arrive, forcing Julie and R to flee. When the Bonies corner them, M comes to their rescue, fighting off the zombies and helping Julie and R escape. M realizes R truly cares for Julie and decides to support him. R and Julie go to a secluded area of the airport where R shows his friends that he genuinely loves Julie. This display touches the hearts of the other zombies who let them leave. Amazingly, the other zombies also begin to feel their hearts beat for the first time in years. The Bonies, however, learn that R and his friends are helping humans and plan to attack the human settlement. Julie and R leave the airport and find an abandoned house that once belonged to Julie's father's evacuation team. There, they find a Polaroid camera and take photos of each other. That night, Julie asks R to stay close while she sleeps because she's afraid another zombie might attack them. Later, they see patrol armies searching the area. Julie sees her father but doesn't approach him, worried about R's safety. R decides to come clean and admits he killed Perry. Julie is heartbroken and angry, shocked to learn her savior is also her boyfriend's killer. That night, R has a dream for the first time. In his dream, he sees Julie, Perry, and Nora. Perry tells R he can't be with Julie because of what he did. When R wakes up, he realizes Julie has left. Feeling regretful, he knows this was his last chance to feel what it was like to be human again. Julie returns home to the settlement, where her father is relieved to see her. Meanwhile, R reunites with M and the other good zombies. He tells M that Julie is now safe and happy with her family. M reveals that the zombies had dreams for the first time the previous night, which felt like a fresh start. However, they have a significant problem. The Bonies are planning to attack the human settlement. R, M, and the other good zombies decide to warn the humans and fight against the Bonies. They gather the good zombies and ask them to stay in the stadium while R sneaks into the settlement through a secret passage to warn Julie. Using Perry's memories, R enters the city through the secret path. Julie, now sharing her story with Nora, admits she misses the zombie who saved her life. That night, Julie steps onto her balcony for fresh air and sees R standing outside her house. Overjoyed, she runs to him and hugs him tightly. For the first time, she feels warmth emanating from R's body. Julie brings him inside to prevent anyone from discovering his presence. When Nora meets R, she's confused because he doesn't smell unpleasant like other zombies. R explains his purpose for coming and warns them about the Bonies' plan to attack. Hearing this, Julie decides to talk to her father, Colonel Grigio, though it seems nearly impossible since R still looks like a zombie. Julie and Nora devise a plan to disguise him as a human. Meanwhile, a massive group of Bonies is rushing toward the settlement. Julie, Nora, and Izar approach Colonel Grigio, who is preparing his army to face the Bonies. Julie tries to convince her father that some zombies can be cured, but Colonel Grigio refuses to believe her. R decides to tell the truth about himself. When Colonel Grigio learns that R is a zombie, he immediately points a gun at him. Amid the tension, Nora draws her gun on Colonel Grigio, buying enough time for R and Julie to escape. With their plan failed, Julie and R decide to warn the rest of the zombie allies. When they reach the stadium, they are surprised to see that M has gathered a large group of zombies. M explains that these zombies are ready to help the humans. Just then, the Bonies arrive. M tells R to protect Julie at all costs, even if it means sacrificing his own life. M and the other zombies fight the Bonies, but some Bonies manage to survive and chase after R and Julie. R uses all his strength to protect Julie. During this time, Colonel Grigio and his army arrive at the stadium. They witness the zombies fighting amongst themselves and realize that M and his group are helping defeat the evil Bonies. When Colonel Grigio learns that Julie is in the stadium, he sets out to find her. Meanwhile, R and Julie become cornered with no escape route. Determined to keep his promise to M, R jumps into a swimming pool with Julie to save her. Julie survives and pulls R out of the pool, and he's also alive. In the pool, the two share a kiss, and at that moment, R's pupils transform, becoming like those of a normal human. Just then, Colonel Grigio arrives and shoots R in the chest. Soldiers surround them, but when blood begins to flow from R's chest, it proves that he has turned human again. Colonel Grigio finally believes that zombies can become human once more, prompting him to change his battle strategy. Under the new plan, the good zombies and the army join forces to fight the Bonies and defeat them once and for all. The Bonies are ultimately eradicated. In the end, humans and good zombies begin to coexist, hopeful that one day all zombies will fully return to being human. M also finds a special person in his life. Gradually, all zombies transform into fully human beings. R, now a normal human, starts a new life with Julie. The movie ends with the border wall being torn down, symbolizing a fresh start for humanity and the zombies.